And we're live. How is everyone on this December Friday night? Where is everyone? Rajat Gupta, thank you for subscribing. And Tom Polanski, thank you for subscribing. A fine Polish name. Greetings, friends. Hope everyone had a good week. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. I guess we'll just hang out a bit and talk to myself. Did everyone have a good week? I'll tell you, tell you something funny that happened to me and the dog once we get more people in. You know, I read something. No, actually, somebody told me. It was in one of the YouTube videos I was watching. Oh, dog, welcome, friend. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Any rate, I read or heard that the optimal viewing for a YouTube short is not 100%. It's 110%. Langator, LOL, you're not quite alone. I'm really appreciate you being here, friend. Thank you. Leroy, welcome back. Greetings. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. So anyways, YouTube Shorts. The algorithm wants 110% viewing, not 100. And what that means is that the video loops around before the viewer even realizes that it's finished. Micah, greetings, friend. So I thought that was odd. So I decided I end my YouTube Shorts with a little promotion. I'm superantonio and my logo. And so I decided to leave that out for the for a random short on the Brindle Arabian, on getting the Brindle Arabian. And I made the map like 1.5 seconds. It's really short. The map just flashes on the short, so that you will have to pause it if you really want to see the location. And then I loaded that up with a title something like The Brindle Thoroughbred. Dennis Kosmovich, thank you for subscribing. Location in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I put that up to see how it would do, just as an experiment. And we got 2,000 views in like 2 hours. What's that about? Anthony Vasquez, greetings, friend. Thank you for subscribing. And I hate that. I hate the algorithm being right. I hate being clickbaity. I hate making videos like that, and I hate that it works. Ian Gator. Okay. Ian Gator says, it's Ian Gator. Okay, sorry about that, friend. I appreciate that. And Jamalo, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, and we got a bunch of subscribers from that short. It's crazy. That's not the kind of videos I want to make, and I don't like being rewarded by views. The algorithm is trying to force me to make videos like that, and I hate it. But I'll take the views. I'm happy about that. Uncle's playing a little banjo for us. We are going to knock out some missions. Open up the stable with Hosea. Micah, how's everything going? Super Antonio, it's going excellent. I missed all of you. I'm happy to be back. I really enjoy these live streams. And on Tuesday, when it's all over, after we've done our 4-day march, it's always a little bit of a letdown. So I can catch up on everything else. I did some more Christmas decoration today. I hope everyone had a good week. O-Dog, did you have a good week? And Leroy, welcome, friend. Shout out to the new mod Leroy from Brazil.
Herr Morgan! Herr Morgan!
Mr. Strauss?
You busy, my friend?
Why?
I'll cut you in.
Loaning?
We talked to Herr
Already?
Strauss
You
just
know how
because
it is.
Dutch kept
People is
bugging
happy
us,
to borrow
and
off
it's a
someone
nice
like
conversation.
Me, but more enthusiastic
Herr
paying
Strauss
back
is really
to
the
someone
future of the
like you.
gang, or should be the future of the gang.
Let me see. A Chick Matthews works at Guthrie Farm.
O-Dog
He's
says,
a
what up,
hand.
Micah and Leroy?
Mr. Roble, the small holder at Painted Sky, runs the operations there. Badly. Miss
O-Dog
Lily
says, I won't be here
Millet
long,
is a
getting up
ranch
for a
maid
casino
up
trip
at
in the
Emerald
morning.
Ranch.
Here was me
Okay,
believing Dutch's
okay, O-Dog,
bluster about us
luck
helping
be a
folks.
lady tonight,
It's legal work, Mr. Morgan.
or tomorrow morning.
Debtors belong in prison.
Leroy
They are
says,
doing their
that's
thing.
why I always pause on YouTube
make sure
Shorts
they see it in the
whenever I'm desperate enough to watch it. A lot of people are trying to boost their channel by looping videos so they get more views. Yeah. That and that's straight from YouTube. Like YouTube sent me an email telling me to do that. And I did it, and I got 2,000 views in 2 hours. It's crazy.
I won't lie to you.
O-Dog has his fingers crossed. Leroy says, sounds fun, O-Dog. What is your game of choice? Is it the slots? My auntie plays the slots. And I have another uncle who likes poker.
You'll be safe here. At least for now. Till you're back on your feet properly.
I don't go to casinos, but I day trade, and many people would say that's the same thing,
Of course.
though I would argue that it is not.
Sorry, you all right? You can stay with
Sadie's
us as
in
long
the-
as you want.
A bad mood. She's down in the dumps for all of Chapter 2. The only drawback to playing free roaming in Chapter 2. Micah says, I like blackjack the most. Leroy says, YouTube getting down dirty. Well, they're trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram. Which I don't care about, and that's not the kind of videos I want to make, and that's not the kind of viewers I want to attract. But you can't argue with the results. Working on a video horse duplication video. You can duplicate horses with Jamie, Mary's little brother, in that mission where you save him from the Chelonians. And I've been working on that. That should be up next week. We got a second biscuit, and then we took Jamie to Blackwater, because you can take him there just like the Reverend. I'll show you the raw footage on Sunday, I believe. Yeah, I think on Sunday. Thumbnail's already up if you want a preview. Oh yes, and we also met Norbert, the snakebite guy. Interesting, I usually use him to buy the Springfield, or to get the Springfield, but we have Bolty now, so we have no use for the Springfield. Even though it's more difficult to hunt with the bolt action than it is with the Springfield. That single shot really comes in handy for hunting. But I decided in this playthrough, as long as we have Bolty this early, we'll just use Bolty for all the hunting and all the combat. Micah says, do you pop fireworks during New Year's? No, because that would really scare the dog. We will be doing a New Year's stream, and I believe we will be showing the Gilded Cage, among others. just so that we can have some fireworks on the street.
Out of here.
Leroy says, I'm going to shamelessly admit I forgot about Jamie and Mary Linton. Yes,
Don't much
well,
like it around here
just
no
wait till
more.
you see my video on them,
Keep your eyes on the
because it's a
ground,
lot of
huh?
fun.
You'll be all right.
Jamie can spawn basically any horse you're riding if you knock him off the horse and make him chase you. And it's fun discovering an exploit this late in the game. And also what was I going to say? You have to have the horse already. Jamie will spawn the horse you're riding, so it'll duplicate any horse you have. We used Biscuit because this is Biscuit's channel, and it's the most rare horse for Arthur. So we did we had our little workout, and we walked the dog, did some jump ropes. Sadie found a stick that we had to bring home. The deal was, well, if you want to carry it all the way home, you can, and she was happy to carry it all the way home. Those sticks make a big mess when she chews them up, but who am I to argue? Leroy says, my dogs are used to fireworks, but they do have those little dog earplugs that muffle the sound, so it helps them. Oh, my dog doesn't have that.
Come on, pal.
And we have Jim Boy's gun, and I think no gun oil. Note we put a scope on Bolty so we can use him for, you can use him for hunting. Micah, how long are your walks with Sadie? Anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes, depending on how much time I have. Well, I usually have longer walks on the weekend,
What? Get up.
but we do a lot on those walks. I run her on those walks, even on the short ones. Oh, and speaking of, I guess it's not an unboxing, but it arrived today, so I will show you for Sadie's Christmas stocking. So this is a Himalayan yak chew by the company. The company is called Devil Dog. And she's loved these since she was a little girl. When she was teething, I wanted to I didn't want to give her rawhide to chew on. I don't like rawhide, and so I did a lot of research, and everyone recommended the Himalayan yak chews. So I found this on Amazon. I originally purchased it because I liked the title, or the company name, Devil Dog, and because she was a little devil. I guess she's still a little devil, and it's American made, and I believe it is veteran owned. Slightly more expensive than the other brands, but it's worth it. I like the packaging. And Micah says, I just realized your Rolling Stones t-shirt. Yes. Yes, I decided to wear that tonight. I have a vast and extensive collection of vintage rock and roll t-shirts because it's only rock and roll to me. So we're not sponsored by Devil Dog Himalayan yak chews, but Sadie loves them, and it's another thing I'm going to put in her Christmas stocking. She was on the couch watching us, watching me, and then she moved into the crate, which is right. You can't see it, but it's right over there, right in front of the desk. Favorite Rolling Stones song? I couldn't really name a favorite. I've been listening to Brown Sugar a lot just because it's forbidden. Sympathy for the Devil, of course.
You want to go hunting?
What are you hunting? An elephant?
Painted Black. There's one from the
I
90s,
saw
Saint
a
of Me.
huge bear, one of the biggest
which,
I ever saw. I reckon nearly
The
1,000
video
pounds.
is directed by David Fincher.
Need me to come with you?
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a
David
day or
Fincher,
two.
of course, from Fight Club and Seven.
Me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. So you still ain't replaced Boadicea?
As tears go by,
Miss her. She was quite a horse. This one's okay.
too many favorites.
Ain't no boat to see.
I've been meaning to offload this big Shire horse for
What's
a
your
while now.
favorite
Unruly
Rolling
bastard.
Stones song,
Where'd you get
Micah?
Some big loudmouth bastard tried to rob me. Was out riding, so well, you know how it is.
I see.
Let's take him to Valentine. It's on the way, sorta. There's a decent dealer there. We'll unload him. You can buy yourself a new horse. Put your saddle on him. Let's get going.
Okay.
I'll tell you something funny that happened this week.
There's nothing wrong with
So I walk, we see all sorts of neighbors and people around the community on our dog walks, and we have different. We see different people during the morning and the evening. So one of the morning people that we see is a neighbor. She lives in my building. She has painted black. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. Great choice, Micah. So we see this lady. She's older. She's probably in her 70s, and she lives in my building. And she's a nice old lady, and she's not afraid of dogs. So me and Sadie stop and say good morning, and she asks us how our Thanksgiving was, and I said, "Oh, it was great." And I said that Sadie got to have turkey and ham, and then I just casually said that I like having turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing.
Just about.
And so she says,
Into a long day.
I usually make cornbread stuffing with sausage and celery. And I said, and this is my direct quote, "That sounds delicious. I love cornbread." And then, it's like, la la la, have a great day, and move on.
I'll miss those.
She lives in my building. A couple days later, we get a knock on the door.
It must be pretty hard.
So me and Sadie answer the door, and there she is with a tray of cornbread wrapped in saran wrap with like a little Christmas bow on it. Okay? And so I was like, "Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. I really appreciate it." Blah, blah, blah. And, I didn't mention that I should have said I like cornbread once a year during Thanksgiving. Not something I eat every day or even every week. So anyways, so she goes away, and so we try this cornbread with the morning coffee, and I really wish we could end this story with it was the most delicious cornbread I've ever had in my life, and regrettably it was kind of dry. It was really dry. It was like eating baked desert sand. I even tried toasting it with a little with some butter, and that didn't help at all. I really like, when I think of cornbread, it's more of a muffin or a cake consistency to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe if you mash it up and put it with sausage and celery, it would make great stuffing, but I was not impressed with this cornbread.
How
However,
can I help you?
I didn't, I didn't want to throw it away because this lady made it, and it's like it was made with love or just, or if not love, just affection. I don't want to throw away, something that someone made, but I didn't want to eat it because I'm not going to waste calories eating something that I don't like.
No.
But who did like it
That's gonna affect
was
what I can pay.
the dog.
Your luck's in.
So all week long, I was giving her a little slice of this cornbread as a treat,
Good price. Otherwise, I can always stable
and she was
him
very
here for you.
happy. So it went to a good home.
Take a
I
look.
mean, someone appreciated it. That counts, I think. But it was pretty weird. It was a little awkward. Opening up the stable, we shall get the reverse dapple. We shall also get the iron gray Ardennes. Micah said, if someone were to ask my favorite Smith song, I wouldn't be able to decide. Every day is like Sunday. It comes to mind immediately. A man with no name. Hello, mister. Greetings, friend. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. I really appreciate you being here. And of course, the last of the international playboys. The last of the famous international playboys. But yeah, I'm the same way with the Smith songs and Oasis and The Clash and the Ramones. Picking up supplies. Man with no name, what's your favorite quote line from Red Dead? We're bad men, but we ain't them. Also, when he says, Arthur says to Sadie in chapter 6, we are more ghosts than people.
Got yourself a deal.
I think that's sad.
Fine new horse.
Talking about how
Well, I don't sell anything
about John.
other than
John is the
animals.
future. John and Abigail and Jack have a life. We can use our lives to save them and give them a future. Micah says, I love Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. Super easy to play. One of the first songs I learned how to play.
Appreciate it. All right, you.
I don't really listen to the Ramones anymore. They're more of a high school band, and they remind me of high school. But, you know, I'm sentimental, and if I find their T-shirt, I'd wear it proudly.
You happy?
Guess we'll see.
All right, let's get going. We got quite a ride ahead of us.
Boy. So, what's this lake we're heading for?
It's called O'Creagh's Run, up in the mountains east of Cumberland Falls. I just hope I can remember how to get there.
Yeah, we don't spend too much time in Chapter 6. It's too depressing. Camp is depressing.
We're doing the chasing.
It's an awful start.
So, how are things with you
They
and John?
say I lack finesse, but I ain't afraid of a little gun smoke. David, welcome. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. David,
I've spoken to him
what's
many
for
times.
dinner?
He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him.
A man with no name. Mine is, my pa said if you stare into the fire long enough, you can see the whole world pass by Hosea. That's a great one.
Dutch and you pretty much raised.
I know.
The fire served as their community TV. Per German Lindholt, thank you for subscribing.
That long, and you know it.
David says, I've got an unfortunate face. And he had tamales for dinner. I've had tamales. I love tamales. Harry McLean, thank you for subscribing. Why are we getting all these alerts? Super, well, it's not annoying. I appreciate it, friends.
Okay, I think we need to head right up here.
David, I just told an unfortunate cornbread story. Speaking of tamales.
Yes, I remember this place.
See, I prefer moist to dry. Tamales are always moist.
We're going the right way.
Magnificent scenery up in the Grizzlies
There's a lake there. Good.
and everywhere.
We made it.
I took a fine thumbnail for my Monday's Marston Mondays, which is entitled "The Curse of the Ram Skull Mask" in Red Dead Redemption 2. O-Dog just caught me about to get in bed to David because O-Dog is going gambling tomorrow at the casino with his friends George Clooney and Matt Damon. Are you in or are you out? Ocean's 11, which ironically is a remake of a Frank Sinatra film of the same name from the 60s, which starred all his friends. David says chili and cornbread last night. Yeah, I bet you make great cornbread. Micah, are you still in a band? No, I'm in a YouTube channel. David says, get that rest, my friend. And O-Dog says, y'all have fun. Yes, thank you, O-Dog, you too. Luck be a lady tonight. David says, good luck. Nope, we also have the varmint rifle because we have Mr. Pearson's scout jacket. David said wife made it. I'm sure she did a great job.
Good job. All right.
I had some very dry cornbread this week, David, that a neighbor made for us. Well, for me, but I kind of fed it to the dog. Drop a like. First timer, I love your content and commentary. I really appreciate you being here, friend. We're doing Free Roam Fridays live now. On Fridays, we free roam. Micah says, I've been having lasagna these past 3 nights. I love lasagna. Now I want lasagna. Drop a like. Free Roam Fridays and Marston Mondays are now live. We will also be doing a movie night on Saturdays. Tomorrow's movie is Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock from 1958, one of my favorite movies of all time. And then on Sunday is more of a hangout stream where we just kind of talk, and I just throw up a video for us. David says, welcome, sit a spell, take your shoes off. Bring snacks. Bring enough for everyone.
I want to be up at first light to find this monster.
Yeah, we talk about food a lot on these live streams. Just because I'm always hungry. Leroy, hey y'all, I'm back. Might be on and off this stream. No worries, Leroy. We're always here for you.
Morning, Arthur.
Drop a like, good to know. I'll make sure to tune in for those streams. Thank you, friend. Happy to have you here.
So,
Note how Hosea is always handing Arthur a cup of coffee. That's their thing. Hosea makes the coffee. Arthur drinks it.
Bait, then shoot from the trees, but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting a good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up?
Yes, tomorrow we will be watching Vertigo.
In that rag when you're done.
Stars Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak. It's a movie about obsession and duality and love, I guess. David says all are welcome. And Leroy says, hello, drop a like.
Let's get after him.
Alfred Hitchcock is one of my favorite directors of all time. Probably my #1 favorite if I'm making a list. And I know you guys like lists.
How's that horse treating you?
so far so good.
You know, I was in this area.
David says there's peace and serenity in the light of.
I didn't know that. I imagine you still miss her.
every day.
Miko Herptile. Howdy, folks. Happy weekend.
We did.
Greetings, Miko. Shout out to the Philippines.
Guess you were still young. Didn't
Happy
laugh.
Friday. On Fridays we free roam, though I believe it is Saturday for you.
I remember you not being around for a while, but things were looser back then.
Miko, tomorrow's movie is Vertigo, 1958, starring Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, one of my favorite directors. Other favorite directors in no particular order: David Fincher, Quentin Tarantino, of course, Guillermo del Toro, excuse me, David Lynch, John Carpenter, Ridley Scott.
Anyway, for now, let's try and chase ourselves a bear, shall we? Let's look by the water
Leroy
here,
says,
see if
"Welcome,
he's been
Miko."
fishing again recently.
Leroy's in Brazil. We have an international chat. I love how this game, which is quintessentially American, attracts an international audience. Because I do believe that this is the best we have to offer as far as culture goes.
Oh, there's some paw marks here, Hosea.
Cowboys and westerns. This is our contribution to the world.
Let's hope it's him. Can you tell which way he went?
David, Serena has been putting out a lot of content. Yeah, it's snowing. She's having fun. I'm glad. I'm happy for her.
Tracks going to those trees.
It means her PS4 has calmed down. I hope she figured out how to keep it cool.
Wait a minute. Something on the ground here.
Half-eaten fish here. Must have been left by
David,
our
is your tree up?
Come on, see if there's
I
anything
didn't.
else.
We don't have a tree. I don't really have any place where I put it, but I did decorate a little more today, which was fun. Rude Dog, hi. Finally found a Hungarian flaxen because of the video you made to look an armadillo. Had to catch 5 before I got a male. Thank you, LOL. Okay, well done, Rude Dog. Yeah, you can find any horse you want. I mean, they are so abundant post-game and in New Austin, all over New Austin.
Well,
And the Hungarian flaxen chestnut used to be one of my favorite
Split up
horses
and each look.
early on.
better. We could play
David
straight
says
here.
not
That
yet.
could work.
Okay.
Which do you think?
Let's split up.
Okay. I'll head this way. You head down that track.
Yeah, I strung up some lights and put up like a Christmas garland thingy that I'm going to decorate. I really wish I had saved some of my family ornaments. My sister took a bunch of them. I didn't want any of them. I just donated them because at the time I didn't see the point, and I was so just sad and I was so overwhelmed with breaking down the house after the death of my parents, the death of my father, and I was just like, get rid of it. I don't care. And now, of course, 2 years later, I really wish we had some of them because Christmas ornaments are expensive. But then again, it's nice to make new memories. I want to get some Snoopy
You're
ornaments
fine, old man.
for the
Of
dog.
course I'm fine.
She likes Snoopy.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
David says, I think my girls want a little one. We're not going to be home. Oh yeah, you're going to be at a game, I believe, aren't you? Maybe that's for your birthday.
Arthur Morgan, I'm a little old and beaten up to be after the biggest game. You can have this.
What is it?
It's a map. A man in a bar gave it to me. Well,
I have a
stole it
little
from
1/6 scale Christmas
He said
tree.
it told
It's one of
him
those
where
office
to find
desk
some real big animals.
Christmas trees that I use for the action figures. And I always put that up. So technically, I do have a Christmas tree, but it's a really tiny one. It fits on the
Went
shelf.
back to camp, lick my wounds.
There's pictures on Instagram.
Coming, or you gonna track that monster?
And if I get around to it, I will make a Christmas
Stick around
decoration
here for a
video
while.
where I'll do a quick tour of the house. But
I'll see you
I
back
don't
at
know.
camp.
It might be this week, or it might be next week if I'm going to do it. Or the week after. Let's see. I mean, it's getting there. Yeah, maybe Christmas week I could get it out. The 18th or the 19th. Oh, what's your Insta? It is... There's a link in the description of this video. But it is the superantonio, all one word. Let's see if you can see that. Can't really see it, but... There's a link in this description, I believe, along with a link to my my Christmas video. I hope you saw it. A very Arthur Morgan Christmas in Red Dead Redemption 2. Had a lot of fun making it. It's very sentimental, and it is my Christmas card to all of you. So I wish more people had watched it. Regrettably, more people were interested in the warped Brindle Arabian short that I did today. That has already 2,000 views. Man with no name, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you following on Instagram. There's more. What's on? The Instagram content is more random, but I also post on other. I have a vintage t-shirt collection. So embarrassing. That bear nearly getting us. Arthur was showing off. And that bear took an explosive round to the face. And he still came after us. But we got him. It's harder for me to hunt with Bolty. We do need manual tagging, I believe, with Bolty. You can't just dead eye and swipe over the head. Wyatt, hi man, how are you? Great, thanks for being here, Wyatt. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. I hope you had a great week. And off to the trappers we go. And we're pretty much just going to straight line it over these mountains, which I do not recommend, but I did it. This early in the game, there are hazards on the trail, so I like to go off-road. First, we're going to stop in this cabin, the veteran's cabin, and pick up some supplies. Don't worry, the veteran has great insurance, has great homeowners insurance, and these supplies will all respawn. Besides, Arthur doesn't know him yet, so it's not like he's robbing a friend. Harry McLean, thank you for subscribing. I get these alerts on Streamlab that show, and then sometimes they like blink up. Here, we'll make this one blink. I can do that. That's what I mean. And note this giant spoon. Arthur's obsessed with that spoon. Because to me it just looks like a regular spoon that they decided to expand. He needs to shoot it to like enlarge 500%. Doesn't look like a ladle or a cooking spoon. Just looks like a regular coffee spoon for a giant. And Arthur is shooting those frying pans for you, David. Let's move on. We're going to straight line it through these mountains. Might be hazardous. It will be hazardous for this camper because we shall be doing a routine camp inspection. David said, why? Because Arthur is obsessed with shooting frying pans. He likes the sound it makes. And also he seasons his cast iron frying pans with lead. I like how Arthur says "why" when Mary Beth is I snuck into a rich lady's house. Why? In chapter 2. Good afternoon, sir. Routine camp inspection. Miko, Herptile, Arthur doesn't like frying pans. No one knows why. It is a Red Dead mystery. That is true, Miko. I set that up because I wanted to just mirror John's obsession with condors in Free Roam Fridays. I just like my Arthur and John's having these like obsessive tics that are unexplainable and perhaps a little on the spectrum. Rude Dog says LOL, yes, and David says he cooks with a knife, that's why. Yes, the old knifey cookings.
Enjoy the peace and quiet.
You'd think he could find a stick. That can't be good for the knife.
Yep.
Laris says, sup man. Greetings, friend. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Now, live. Free Roam Fridays will be live along with Marston Mondays. And we are doing a movie night tomorrow night. Same time, 8 p.m. PST. Tomorrow's movie is Vertigo, directed by Alfred Hitchcock from 1958. The link will be available in the description of the video. And as always, it's a movie that's available for free on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And then next Saturday, when we're getting into the holiday weekend, we're going to be watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure, directed by another one of my favorite directors, Tim Burton, and starring Paul Rubens, who just died, I believe, this year. So I think that would be a nice tribute to him. Plus, it's a fun, goofy little movie that will be perfect for the holidays. Unless I call an audible, I might find the perfect Christmas movie. I don't think there is one. I mean, on YouTube,
Yep.
like National Lampoon's Vacation or Christmas. That might be good. You know, Christmas Story, of course, but I don't know. A Man with No Name. Did you find any of the Clint Eastwood movies on YouTube? Not for free, regrettably. It's Clint Eastwood. The only free one is Paint Your Wagon, which is a musical, a cowboy musical. And we might watch it, but we're going to watch my favorite movies first. My favorite free movies, rather. Leroy, thank you for the super. I really appreciate it. Leroy says, I love when the person guarding the camp entrance asks, who's there? And Arthur says, Arthur, you dumb expletive. Deleted. Yeah, I don't really swear on this channel, but we all know what you're saying. Yeah. Who else? Sorry, like Arthur doesn't have a polite response. It's always, you know, the bad honor response. Even to like Karen and Hosea. So disrespectful. Thank you, Leroy, for the super. Really appreciate it. Your support keeps this channel going. This video is sponsored by viewers like you. Man with no name. I'll send a pic of the free Clint movies on YouTube, on Instagram. Okay. You do the research. David V says Dog Day Afternoon or 2 meals for Sister Sarah. I do like, let's say, 2 meals for Sister Sarah. That would be a good one.
Right, let's see.
And Dog Day Afternoon is a great movie. I think it's a little dark, and I think it would be divisive in the current socio-political climate. I don't want, you know, it's like, I don't want to bring reality into the channel. I want this channel to be an escape from reality. A vacation, if you will. And right now, we're just going to run through my favorite movies that I find on YouTube. And after that, we'll start getting into... We'll probably go back to the Westerns. For a while, and then we'll just run down the list of all the YouTube movies that I like or I want to see. Rude Dog. Are there any small details they left out of the game that you wished was in it? One for me is the ability to climb trees. I wish we could read every book. I wish we could open every door. Man with no name says, sorry brother, I sent you a message. Okay, I'll check it later after the stream. Thank you, friend. Arthur does love his pork chops. This is ice water. I usually have ice water and green tea during the stream. Those are my beverages of choice. And we are picking up some deer for the satchel on our way home.
Just wait a second, girl.
Man with no name, you need to accept the invitation first. Just send it to me, either write a comment in this video or just send it to reddeadsuperantonio@gmail.com.
Hey there, mister.
Rude Dog, yes, open every door. I saw someone mention on your channel, on their channel, they hope you can enter more buildings on GTA 6. David, that hill to the left is where I get my Hungarian half-bred for Horseman 10. Yeah, that's a great spot. They spawn up there. Man with no name says, I'll send it in the video, brother. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like, it's, opening every door and having content behind that door, that's a pain for developers. And it just adds, I love the level of detail it adds. There used to be an exploit to enter any door in this game. It's called the lantern trick, or I called it the lantern trick, where you hold a lantern and your gun, and you enter first person and you can kind of glitch your way past any door. But behind that door is just a black void of nothing, and maybe the floor. But you see behind the scenes, behind the game. So it breaks the immersion, it breaks the reality. But yeah, I'd love it if every building was open and available. furnished and had little stories and mysteries. It would add so much to the game. Man with no name says it would be cool to enter every door. Yeah, Saint Denis, it's so beautiful. And there's so many, but it's just a facade. So much of it is just off limits. Stage dressing, like one of those Universal City Walk sets or Disneyland, like Main Street USA in Disneyland. There's nothing, you know, it's like there's stores in the first floor, then above there's nothing. It's just window dressing and illusion. Rude Dog says some glitches, I have no idea how people found them. It's like Rockstar leaked the glitches before they patched them. LOL. Maybe. But some players just live for glitches and exploits. And they just poke and poke and poke. I'm not one of those players. I just fool around with the horses and I like hunting.
Yep.
I like crafting the satchel. It's probably one of my favorite. It is probably my favorite thing to do. Sometimes just for fun, I'll take a day off and just load an early save and craft the satchel all day. Well, I think the fastest I've done it is a couple hours, but I like to, David, Valerian root got up there. Yes, we got it earlier because this early in the game, we need the Deadeye boost. I like to take my time with the satchel because you can only craft it once. Also, it makes more sense to me that we would craft it at the trappers. Mr. Pearson doesn't have the skill level or the time to be doing all this leather working. We do need a bison, but not a 1-star. See, we need a manual tag. So I think we're going to do the train robbery. One, it's good content, and two, we need a manual tag on Bolty. And if we're going to do this again, and we probably will at some point, I'll just use a Springfield. I'll get a Springfield. Much easier.
Let's go, girl. Yep.
And I guess we're doing the Master Hunter Challenge. We do need a buck, but not that buck.
Hey, you're okay, girl. Yep.
Twin Stack Pass is one of my favorite landscapes. I have that up as my screensaver on my computer. Arthur may be looking for a badger. This is my favorite badger spot. But not this badger. There he is.
Yeah.
We do need a badger, but not this badger. Now you can chase him away or save and reload, and at some point you'll get a 3-star there. The other good spot is on the way to Riggs. Checking on the bison, and also deer hangout over here. One thing I do with live streams, with these live stream videos, as opposed to, I hate that guy, he's so annoying. But he does have an American standard bred. That's different than making a traditional video, is we just let the camera run. We just record. And I don't edit out the boring parts. But then again, it is my responsibility to make it not boring by talking to you guys. 15 viewers, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Sympathy for the devil. Pleased to meet you. Hope you know my name. David just noticed my shirt. Yeah, we were talking about that. Favorite Rolling Stones t-shirts earlier. Or favorite Rolling Stones songs earlier. Very iconic logo. Mick's still going. Keith is still going. He still moves like Jagger. Didn't he just have a kid with
Mr. Morgan.
a South American supermodel? I believe he did.
This stew is decidedly lacking on decent meat, Mr. Morgan.
I really like Mr. Pearson's sweater. I like the level of
Not the best quality.
I like the level of detail and all those rips and tears on it, but I would also like one of those. E.T., gotta say, give me shelter. That is a great song. Greetings, friend. Appreciate you being here. Gimme Shelter has a great intro. Where Keith is just cranking on the, just blues rock, classic blues rock. Gimme Shelter, Painted Black, Sympathy for the Devil.
People here shed enough tears on your account.
David, I was talking earlier about a Rolling Stones song I like from the 90s called Saint of Me. You'll Never Be a Saint of Me. And the video was directed by David Fincher, who you know from Fight Club and Seven. And here's Norbert, and we're not going to pick the Springfield. We will get an upgraded bandolier so we can carry more ammo.
And pick out your choice of item on my tab.
Oh, well,
I usually use them for the Springfield.
Seemed like the least I could do, with him being sent straight from the Almighty to save my life.
And if we do this again, and we probably will sometime in the future, that's what we'll use them for.
something on his tab. One with the bite in his leg.
Because as much as I love having Bolty this early before Sean,
Well, take a look
it
around.
is a pain.
Find something you like, I'll put it on his tab. Fine choice. I'll let him know. Bye now.
Okay, let's grab some ammo for the long guns. Note the mahogany finish. Then I like to have a brass frame. Just think it's pretty. Pops. I used to put carvings. I wish there was more of a variety of carvings. And the leather helps with keeping the rifle clean, but I don't like the look of leather. Then we just load up with more ammo, and then I never really upgrade the carbine repeater apart from iron sights and rifling, just because we're going to get the Lancaster at some point. Good old Lanky. But I don't know if we're going to do it in this playthrough. We'll just do it for the content. But now we got to get the bandolier off because I hate the look of the bandolier. Very traditional. I just don't like how it looks.
Thanks.
But this playthrough, we are going to use Bolty for both combat and hunting. Albert Decker, my favorite Rolling Stones song is Paint It Black. I see a red door, and I want to paint it black. Albert Decker, greetings, friend. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Glad you're here.
Forget to buy something?
Glad you're here. There's always room for Albert Decker in the chat. He's an old friend of the channel.
We'll be here. End up needing something.
David says AD. Albert Decker.
Must be new to these. You hear about that ruckus over at the hotel?
Let's get a haircut.
Someone brought some new girls.
I mean, as long as it's open.
It's quite a start.
Miko Herptile, I love overstaying in Chapter 2. That's what we're going to do here, friend. I noticed the more I hunt just outside Horseshoe, the wild game and horses seem to spawn less and less. That makes sense. Simply because you can overhunt an area. And also the game wants you to do missions. So it will just kind of not reward you as much. However, if you are a fan of the channel, and I know you are, you know my opinion on the Brindle thoroughbred as far as hunting goes. Albert said hello to you, David. Albert said hello back, regardless. I think we're going to pick up the Iron Grey Ardennes. Are we going to do that in this playthrough? I cannot recall. And say goodbye to the Tennessee Walker.
What I'm here for.
David also mentions the longer you stay away from camp, the bigger the wolf packs get. Yeah, you can get swarmed by wolves. Yeah, we're going to pick up the Iron Grey because she's female. I do like female horses. Look at those big clumpy legs.
Grooming a horse sure makes it a beaut.
Now this is the horse Arthur, or Rockstar wants for Arthur. Because this is the pre-order Iron Grey Ardennes. The pre-order bonus horse. That David names Agnes. I think we just named this horse Super Antonio. And we have an ambush. Not the Brindle ambush. Just a random ambush. Note they start out all lined up. Bolty is an excellent combat rifle, as you can see. And they will each have like $3 and change and supplies.
Wasting my time.
And worn weapons if you want to load up on worn weapons. Sometimes you get a gold wedding ring and just imagine the logistics of peeling off a dead man's ring or the belt buckle. Are you really going to unbuckle a dead guy's belt and take off the belt buckle? Yeah, he just like grabbed the belt buckle and then move on like it's no big deal. And David says, I do love Bolty. Yeah, me too. So accurate. I do prefer Bolty for combat though, than hunting. And we'll let these horses go just for the content and for Serena, because Serena's better to the horses than I am.
You'll be all right. Go on, girl. Get. Clear out.
Go on, get. That always does it. That would have been a nice pose for the thumbnail. Arthur and Bolty will take a moment to pose for the thumbnail on the Instagram.
Let's get you looking good. Yeah.
We have a good Marston Mondays. I was working on that earlier. It is entitled The Curse of the Ram Skull Mask. And we also went treasure hunting. But we didn't get any treasure. But we got a couple of maps. Then we ran out of time.
Arthur, dumbass.
David, I took Penelope's horse once.
Okay then.
I wish Penelope Braithwaite rode a horse that was more appropriate to her. Like, I mean, you would think she'd be on an Arabian or a thoroughbred at least. But isn't she on like a Belgian draft or just some big draft horse? Penelope isn't on anything special as I recall, but she really needs to be on something special.
Mr. Matthews gave me a message for you. He said when it was convenient to head
Also
to
note
Emerald
that
Village. He's looking at a few
Miss
business
Grimshaw refers to Hosea as Mr.
You'll find
Matthews,
something, too.
not
He
Hosea
always
says.
does. Will you be well now, Mr.
She's so formal. Everyone's so
Always
formal.
well, Miss Grimshaw.
David says yes. And, hello, Karen. This is what it's like having girl roommates, I guess.
Hotel.
Oh, yeah. So we gonna hit that bank I told you about?
Let's see.
Wish to God I'd
I put that in for O-Dog, who isn't even here. Then on Sunday, we shall explore the Jamie Linton horse duplication exploit. I'll show you the raw footage from that. So in case you're new, there's a way to get Jamie to spawn whatever horse you're riding by knocking him off your horse and running away. And then Jamie will chase you and respawn whatever horse you're riding. So we used Biscuit. just taking some thumbnail photos, and for the Instagram. That horse is so big. He's like a dinosaur. She's like a dinosaur. Also getting better at selfies. I really like the selfie I took for Marston Mondays.
Okay, girl.
Every night before the stream starts, when I do my mic test, I'll usually take a couple selfies because I'm wearing a nice shirt. And my hair is fixed. Not really a selfie kind of person. Self-promotion doesn't come easily to me. But I need selfies for the live stream thumbnails. And David says, okay, cowpokes, I have an early day tomorrow. Really appreciate you being here, David. You have a great weekend. Hope to see you soon. And as always, thanks for being here. Albert Decker says, you always have great thumbnails. Thanks, friend. I appreciate you noticing that. I put a lot of effort into them.
My lady.
Hello, Arthur.
Rude Dog says, if you download that horse, will it knock off your temp horse? I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you talking about the Jamie exploit? All will be explained in the video, which is forthcoming. If you are. David says, y'all stay safe and healthy. You too, friend. And I really appreciate you being here.
Get lost.
Well, I'll go try someone with a heart.
You do that.
Dutch is reading and going slightly crazy. Albert Decker says, later, Dave. I'm sure David is gone. He has an early night. Not as early as O-Dog. Rude Dog, the big horse you were standing by, the Ardennes, I think. We are going to use Biscuit for the duplication process. I didn't do it on this playthrough. Yes, this is the Iron Grey Ardennes. Looks like we picked up some gun oil somewhere, and what have we here? And you can see how accurate Bolty is at this range. That's an explosive round. Okay, let's get up there. We need the supplies. Blue Dog says, the horse you're on is downloadable. Will it replace your other horses? What I was asking. No, you get them from the stable. And I don't know if you can download it. I mean, that would be great if you could. But he's a pre-order horse. He's a pre-order bonus. Or I suppose I should say she is. She's like the reverse dapple thoroughbred. need the supplies and the cash. Plus, it's always fun to harass this camp. Also, I noticed something that I will show you in a minute. Okay, note the laundry, the fresh laundry that is drying, and then look at the wash basin, which is filled with blood. So they're washing the blood off their shirts. Rude Dog says, yes, I have a code in my copy of the game to get it free. Okay, go get it. Then it'll be available at the Valentine's stable. It won't like duplicate over any horse. It's just like getting any horse, except it's free. And the friends came back. You always have to remember that they may have friends. And there's going to be more blood to wash out of their shirts. There's a premium cigarette pack over here. I used to be obsessed with the cigarette cards. Collecting those things. Rude Dog says, sorry if you're getting irritated, just conversation. Good night all. No, I'm not irritated at all. I'm sorry if it appears that way. Just sometimes I don't understand the questions. I do know I have a resting bitch face, but that is not the cause at all. I assure you, I appreciate you being here, Rude Dog. You have a great weekend. And what happened to our horse?
Yep.
Don't like putting those horses in harm's way, even if it's a war horse and lives for combat. Don't like horses getting shot up. And some randos.
Yep.
Thought that might be a Mustang, but it's not.
Whoa, whoa, wait.
What we really need right now is a silver chain bracelet. And we might get one from the Aberdeens. Just for the content. I usually save that for the first bank of Aberdeen, saving all of Arthur's money for John. But we're not going to carry this through to end game or post game. We're just kind of fooling around in chapter 2, so we might as well use them.
Hello there.
Ma'am?
Hey there, mister.
Arthur's trying to flirt with the bath ladies, and Mr. Downs is now we're trying. You cannot torment Mr. Downs in any way. Can't aim at him. Used to be able to scare him away with some dynamite. Might be.
Please be generous.
Can't run him over.
Generous. Help people. Try to do what you can.
I think we're going to switch back to the
Hello. How's that horse doing?
to the reverse
We've got
dapple.
room in the stable if you need it.
There's Dapley.
This country a brother
Named her
of
Super
man.
Antonio.
So give what you can.
place ain't the biggest
Hi
shit
there,
for us.
mister.
Okay, let's go hunting.
Hey, mister. There, girl.
Did everyone have a good week? I missed you guys. Did a lot of work on the channel, behind the scenes. And I have an interesting video on the Jamie horse duplication exploit that will be up later this week, or later next week rather. We'll see the raw footage on Sunday. If you are new in the chat, greetings! Tomorrow's movie night will be Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo from 1958. And we need to pick up the quartz chunk from Deborah McGinnis.
Jesus! I see you there. Give me a minute, please.
Essential for crafting the greatest belt buckle in Red Dead Redemption 2. Technically, the only belt buckle. Unless you count the trapper gear.
Girl. Hi there, mister.
Then Marston Mondays, of course, is live, 8 p.m. PST. And Sunday Hangout. I like that 4 on 3 off schedule for the live streams. Though really, I could live stream every day. It's just fun to me. We do need a buck. Just not that buck. We are going to pass on that buck. No pun intended. Well, maybe a little pun. A very little. What is going on with these pronghorns? Need a couple of these for the poker table. We'll do all the camp upgrades.
Yep.
Maybe even John's rug, which I don't usually get because why doesn't John just get one? Albert Decker says, wife drug me to the store all week, getting ready for Christmas, LOL. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I decorated some, and I was talking about how I really wish I had saved some of my family Christmas ornaments. My sister took some, but I donated most of them because when we were breaking down the house after my father died, I was so overwhelmed. When we had all of these boxes of ornaments, I was just like, get rid of them, donate them, I don't care.
Yep.
Of course now, 2 years later, I kind of want some of them. Not all of them, just some. Because I don't have a tree, but I have like just some greenery set up. And I have a wreath. Also, it's weird because I got like my Christmas fix from my parents, you know, coming home for the holidays. So I never really felt the need to have a tree or decorate on my own. But now, you know, where it's just me and the dog, if I want to celebrate Christmas, I got to do it. It's, you know, it's all on me. And I don't want to go all out with a tree. I don't have any place that I could put it. And, but I do want like some Christmas. I need a little Christmas,
You're all right,
to
girl.
quote the song, right this very minute. And, of course I've talked previously about how I'm crafting an assortment of treats and presents for Sadie for Christmas morning. Because we didn't celebrate our first Christmas together because I just assumed it would be another day. Just another day to her. And it is just another day to her, but it's not another day to me. And I felt bad that I didn't get her anything special. then on our Christmas morning walk, everyone was saying Merry Christmas to us, and I was like, it's not just another day. As much as I wanted it to be. So we're going all out this year, or I decorated a little more than I usually do. And I'm happy to do it. Feels good. I may make a Christmas decoration video next week if I get around to it. Arthur and the Reverse Dapple Thoroughbred will take a moment to post for the thumbnail and the Instagram. Are we doing a save reload? No, we're just doing a save. So we can hold on to that bolty.
Come on, girl.
I do like that reverse question mark blaze on the Reverse Dapple. It's like the Riddler horse. Riddle me this. I was watching Gotham, kind of got out of the habit because Jack Reacher's back.
All right, girl.
I was up way too late last night watching the first 4 Jack Reachers. I was just going to watch one and space it out, but they keep ending on cliffhangers. So I was like, the first cliffhanger, I was like, well, I'll just watch the next one, and I ended up watching all of them. And now we shall get the Brindle, which is my favorite hunting horse. Except we got to get rid of the tobacco guy. The O'Driscoll ambush won't spawn if this guy's here.
Hey there, mister.
Why, hey there.
Oh, hey there, friend.
Look at this, my friend. Tobacco. Nature's gift to us all. Focuses the mind like nothing else.
Whatever you say.
Well, I say, why buy it
You
off
can,
the
of course,
shelves
craft
when
your
you
own
can
Deadeye
make your own?
tonics, which are more potent than the store ones, but
Well,
I just
plenty left here if you're interested.
rely on the chewing
I'd
tobacco.
best keep moving.
It's easier.
Well, shit.
Note his
Thanks,
glasses.
I
That's
guess.
what I was trying to point out.
That's cool, girl. Yep.
Then you can just ride up and back, or you can do the save and reload. I wouldn't do a save here because, or a reload here because it would just respawn the tobacco guy. However, you're all tonicked up. The horses tonicked as well. You need a fast horse, a fast, agile horse to chase this Brindle. And here we go. Run away a bit to create some distance. Actually, we're just going to ride away and return to the area. We may check at Twin Stacks. The Brindle ambush will also spawn at Twin Stacks Pass. And usually, to get that Brindle ambush to spawn, I'll just ride back and forth between these two locations. It'll be one or the other. 10 viewers, appreciate you being here. Thank you, friends. You see where Arthur's looking? That is where the Brindle will be. But not this time. Also note, knock on wood, the streams are not crashing anymore. I solved that problem. I'm very proud of that. Very embarrassing when those streams crashed. And it was always a scramble to get back online. I really want to do 2 hours for these live streams. We have about 30 more minutes to go. Check that second location.
Easy, girl.
The Brindle is with their leader, who is the lookout. He may not be the leader. Well, no, he has to be the leader because he has the nicest horse. And I am really pleased. Rockstar didn't even think of patching this. It's a nice little treat for Arthur. Where are they? There you go. So we ride up, listen for the whistle, and then create some distance. I like to bring everyone out to this playing field just so we can see them. You know, they're coming at you. Because they come from all directions going forward. This way they're all kind of lined up. And then save the Brindle for last, which we didn't do this time. Okay. Now go get that horse.
It's okay. Easy.
And it's a pain because that horse does not want to get got. To quote Tom from Parks and Recreation, I bought the DVD set and I watched it all the way through, and now I'm watching it again because I love it so much.
Easy there, easy.
There you go. I do prefer the Brindle Thoroughbred for all my hunting in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Settle down, girl.
I can't explain it, and I have no evidence, only anecdotal evidence, but in all my playthroughs, I've had a coincidental ability to spawn more 3-star animals of all sorts with a Brindle. But I can't prove it, wouldn't even try. It may work for you, your results may vary, but it always works for me. It's very consistent. Between the Brindle and the buck antler trinket, it makes getting 3-star animals of any stripe and shape and size a treat and quite easy. Also, if you are just starting this game or you are my best friend, which I talk to you as if you are, I would recommend getting the Brindle for all your hunting needs.
Hey there, mister. You must be pretty fast with that gun.
What's this gentleman doing? Walking. Well, he's walking the dog. by himself late at night, so far from town. Yeah, I'm sentimental about Christmas, and now that I don't have a mom to like decorate our house, I have to decorate myself. Just a little bit, just enough. Miko Herptile, interesting. I should try that out as well. Yeah, Brindle's my favorite hunting horse. And we are in the hero business. And brother, to paraphrase Quentin Tarantino, business is good. That is not my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, Inglourious Bastards. But I do love Christoph Waltz, and I do love Brad Pitt. Favorite is, of course, The Hateful Eight. And we were trying to pick up our hat. Missed the thank you from the lady, which is kind of annoying, and the honor bump.
Let's go.
Yeah, silver emblem ring. So we pulled off a ring from his cold, dead hands while he's knocked out. He is only sleeping.
Who's got mouths to feed, huh?
Do you really want to do that? I mean, the intimacy of that. Touching a hand, a dead hand, or a Why don't you lose honor from stealing jewelry? I mean, you will from civilians, but from enemies, it's just expected.
I can't give the full price if you lost the papers.
And that's our stable right now. Note, you cannot sell these bonus horses. So they clutter up your stable unless you dynamite them. Which, you know, we don't kill horses on this channel. And two, I have a trick.
Ain't no one knows
I have a
horses better
trick.
than me.
We're going to use Save Wizard and turn these horses into the Liver Chestnut Hungarian Half-Bred and Biscuit. We didn't do a profanity check. I mean, I just, I forgot. I forgot. What did I do? I kind of like just entered a blank name or reversed it, or, you know, it's like I messed up the buttons, but I was just going to name him Super Antonio.
A well-groomed horse is a real sign of class.
And a Mohawk. It's a fine looking horse. Originally started Mohawks with the Grullo Dun, just because I liked the dorsal stripe. I liked continuing that with a Mohawk, and
Thanks for your business.
and it just looked traditional and kind of Native American-y to me. And then the Mohawks created so much division in the comments. Some people loved them and some people hated them, and hated them so much that they would write comments. They were inspired to like comment on it, which I guess I'm glad you're passionate about your horse hairstyles. So I decided to make it a signature of the channel. So all the horses have mohawks, except for Biscuit, and the only reason Biscuit doesn't have a mohawk is there's no way to recreate that snowy white mane. Stable doesn't have that feature. No, same with Buell. But everyone else gets a mohawk.
Here we go.
It's at this point it's just like the Civil War hat. It's the signature of the channel. And have a steak. Let's reload that Deadeye. Didn't do any cooking first playthrough, just lived off cans. But then again, first playthrough at some point, I would say when Jack gets kidnapped at the end of chapter 3, I pretty much just speed ran through the rest of the story. No, Gorma. I really wanted to know what would happen after Gorma. Because I just wanted to see what happened to Arthur. So I just ran through the story as fast as I could. And when we got to John, when we got to the wheel, and I realized we have to play as John now, I kind of, well, I basically just rage. That was my first and only rage quit, because I was so disappointed that we didn't get to play with Arthur anymore. Though I assumed that he died in the story, but he would be like a live post game in some form. You know, we were playing in 1899 again or something. I didn't know. Though it makes perfect sense that we do, you know, John in the epilogue and John post game. I mean, it dovetails so nicely with Red Dead 1 that way. There's no other way they could do it. But I missed Arthur so much, I literally quit the game and started over when John was still in that wagon. Didn't care about the epilogue. Wanted to get back to chapter 1. Wanted to get back to Arthur. And that is basically the playthrough that I started the channel on. Because again, I wasn't seeing the videos I wanted to see. That was a good shot. Well done, Marston. Well done, Arthur. Well done, Morgan. Sometimes I'll call Arthur Morgan. Same with John. Well done, Marston. Wasn't seeing the videos I wanted to see, so I decided to start this channel and make my own. Also wasn't happy with how overexcited and the false enthusiasm from the bigger channels, though I understand now that that's how they got to be bigger channels, by being bright and fake and loud. So I just wanted someone to explain things calmly and intelligently. Then I decided to do that myself. And here we are, 5 years later. I'm still playing this game, still loving it, haven't moved on. No interest in moving on, no interest in GTA 6. Any game I play, I just find myself at some point missing Arthur. There's games I like. Resident Evil series, of course, and The Witcher 3. Who killed this bison? We should ask Charles. Charles will be upset about that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Vikings, and then of course Ghost of Tsushima, which is a great game, but I just like this game more. Any of those other games I'll be playing, and I'll just miss Arthur. Even though at this point there's nothing really to do. Just the fact of riding around in this environment is comforting to me. It's like home. It's like we're home, and I think it's comforting to you as well. See? Super difficult to just get one shot off bolting without manual tagging. So we'll do the train robbery. It'll be good content. We gotta steal the oil wagon. But that's deep in the story. It's deep in chapter 2, though. We're almost at the end of chapter 2 at that point. So maybe we'll take this into Clement's Point so we can get Sadie into her default outfit and out of her mood. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. And this gentleman. We decided to activate this scene, 1, for content, and 2, so he'll leave us alone.
Oh, hey there. Why don't you join me and have a seat over here by the fire? Oh. By the fire.
He drinks and he falls, and he's carrying a lot of guilt.
Bone dry.
Did you catch that glitch? I didn't catch that when I was playing.
I'm carrying around. You won't even believe, but if I had a little whiskey to loosen up my tongue a little, I might tell you. Here.
Have some whiskey, mister.
Only fitting that I'd be drinking the devil's brew. I'll be seeing him soon enough.
It's interesting. It's almost a preview of Rains Falls.
From 4 Rigs?
Or just
Strawberry.
a taste of things to come.
Captain, Indians penned in there like cattle.
Note how in
I ain't know what's
the
worse.
end of chapter 2, when they are riding to
The ones we
when
killed
Arthur is taking Hosea and
watching
Charles
them die
into camp into Horseshoe Overlook,
slow
and
way.
1, they see Rains Falls, and 2, Hosea starts talking about the Native
Them governor
Americans
boys.
in Red Dead Redemption 2. In
Money
Red Dead
don't
Redemption
last
2,
long.
and Arthur acts as if he doesn't really know or isn't aware
That's what you did.
of their circumstances.
Sticks around. I know
So
the
in his
feeling.
mind, or in canon,
I
this
was-
is important,
Yeah.
just so
Young
that he
man,
learns
man.
more about
I still see them
about
faces clear as
the
yesterday.
Native Americans and how they
I
suffered.
do.
And it also sets up for his eventual redemption, the redemption part of Red Dead Redemption 2.
I might rest your lies a minute.
Sister Corleone and
Very
Rains
sleepy all of a
Falls
sudden.
and Eagle Flies are all part of his redemption arc. They're essential to his character. Note how subtly and suddenly dawn appeared in this game. 2 minutes equals an hour.
Yep.
Well, let's move on. Or rather, 2 minutes of real time is 1 hour in game time. Checking on Badger again. There he is.
Easy.
And 1 star, no joy. Miko Herptile, don't worry, that man is only sleeping. Yeah, but he's sleeping really hard. From the Devil's Brew. Miko, where in the Philippines are you, if you don't mind me asking? Are you in Manila? or Cebu. Those are the only two islands I know. Well, I don't think Manila is an island, but just looking for more deer. I mean, we got this brindle. And we still need a buck. Just not that buck. Miko says, I'm in Metro Manila right now. Do you come here every now and then? I do not. Though I do have family in the Philippines. On my father's side. So hard to tag these guys. Note that camp didn't despawn. So we might as well burn it up. If we can ever get that thing. We get that lantern. Let me check something. We have about 18 minutes left in the stream. Appreciate you being here. What's next? Weather rolls in. I always feel a little guilty for Arthur riding in the rain and the cold weather, the way his, his body language, how he just hunches his shoulder and shivers. And it would just be miserable to be that wet, soaked. With really no way of warming up or getting into clean clothes. And I do love my modern conveniences. Someone asked me in one of the chats if I wanted to live in 1899, and I was like, no, I like showers. I like showers and washers and dryers and clean clothes. Miko says, I see my father and brother are living in the US. Well, I hope they're happy here. There's a lot of Filipinos in the US. But you know that, I'm sure. Hoping we'd get some lightning. If it keeps storming in your game like this and you're sick of it, you can just exit and reload. Or make a save and reload. And if it keeps storming after that, turn off your console completely for a minute or two, and that will clear the cache for your game files. and you should have sunny days. Also, you can leave the area because weather in this game behaves just like real weather. You know, the clouds just move in and they move away, like they did now. You know, I didn't really work out today. I should have. I did jump ropes and I walked the dog.
You know, Arthur,
But I didn't do any strength training.
what is hope? Hope is.
And Dutch, for some reason, is in his union suit, didn't put on a shirt. Miko says, there's something about riding in the rain in Red Dead Redemption 2. Kind of peaceful in a way, especially in open spaces like the Heartlands. I like how it shines up the horses.
Oh yes, I'll be able to.
Did you notice Mr. Pearson's tattoo on his hand? It's a little anchor from his sailing days. Though I do not wish to hear what you got up to when you were a sailor.
Let's go, girl.
Come on, girl. Okay, let's go off and can't recall what we're doing. Probably more hunting. Working on the satchel. We haven't even opened up the ledger yet. We need to see Lily May or Chick Matthews deal with the ledger. First thing we buy is Mr. Pearson's leather working equipment. Again, should be. We need that buck. Again, it should be the trapper who's crafting the satchels. And then we get all the upgrades because Arthur likes to fast travel.
Call it a day there, girl.
So we'll be doing a treasure map, probably Maximo's map, to raise some cash. Usually I would go straight for the stranger statues, but this time I just feel like doing some treasure maps. It's good content, and I love the treasure maps in this game, but I usually don't do them because, again, once you do them, they're gone. It's not like they respawn. It's not like there's an endless supply of treasures in this game. I just like saving them, but then what am I saving it for? I'm saving it for the live streams. We're doing a treasure hunt in Marston Mondays. The Elemental Trail treasure, I believe it's called. It was originally a PC exclusive. It was the last thing that even came close to a DLC in this game. I think 3 years ago, maybe.
There, girl.
Let's go back to the old mill, collect some cash. We also need the elk antler trinket for the 10% bump. That 10% adds up, compounds. Would that it were compounding that easily in real life?
Come on now.
Technically, it does if you're reinvesting your dividend stocks, but not as fast as this. Not as fast as the ATM at the old Green Bank Mill. This coin stack, or this coin cup rather, respawns consistently. Maybe once every in-game day, maybe a little longer, but you get at least 20 bucks and some chewing tobacco and a couple cigars. I don't usually use the cigars, I sell them at the general store. Chewing tobacco always comes in handy. I'll just eat a pork chop to reload Deadeye or to restore cores. Green tea's gone. That's how you know the stream is winding down. And let's head back to camp and dump off these animals. I like calling to the horses without really having any intention to get any of them. Just to, I feel like Arthur's saying hello.
Yeah.
And we should get these geese just for the units of animal fat so we can craft explosive rounds. In my mind, you could never have too many explosive rounds. I get them for everything. For the rifles, the carbine repeaters, the pistols, and the revolvers. Just like having them. I'd rather have them and not need them than vice versa. And for me, they always come in handy. And what happened to our geese? The geese in this game, besides honking, they always fly in a V formation, just like real life. So they're very easy to that was a duck. But they're very easy to spot. And it has always bothered me how one geese, one wild boar, and one grizzly bear will all yield only one item of one unit of animal fat. Super annoying to me. If you ask me, a wild boar should give you 5 units, and a bear should give you 10 at least, if not 25. Bears are huge. How can a geese and a bear give you the exact same amount of units of animal fat, which is 1? That bugs me. And we might as well pick up this 3-star on the way back home. This is a very consistent spot for a 3-star deer. You only need 7 of these, but I always overcompensate because we don't have access to Mr. Pearson's list until we open the ledger and buy him his tools. So we might have 8 or 12 deer skins at this point. Let's do one last patrol before we go home. See if there's anything that we can pick up. Before we go off for the bigger things. The elks.
Yep.
bison. It's fun hunting bison. It's a shame we only need one. You'd think we could get like more stuff from the trapper. Bisons should be more important in the game than they are. Even though we do get an optional side mission with Charles, which is nice. That's one of my favorite side missions. But it's like you can't do much with him. The trapper should have a bison saddle. Check by the river for more deer. Do a quick pass. I usually don't hunt in this area. One, because it's just, you know, there's too many trees in the way. Sometimes the deer will, you can find them by the river. And two, it's just not as consistent as the other side of camp for me. But we might as well look. And yes, there is a gold bar at the Limpany Sheriff's Office, but there's only one, and it does not respawn. It may respawn post a game. Amazing Gamer 923, hi. Greetings, friend. Appreciate you being here. Friday live stream. On Fridays we free roam. And happy Friday to you. We only have a couple more minutes. We've been going for a couple hours. If you are new to this channel, greetings. We shall be doing a live movie reaction tomorrow night at 8 p.m. PST. We're going to be featuring Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo from 1958, which is one of my favorite movies and is available for free on YouTube. So the way I do it is I just show some random gameplay and comment on the movie, and then you open up another screen and watch the movie on that screen and listen to me, or just hang out and we can talk about movies. Miko says, watched videos of real-life hunters reacting to the hunting, the skinning and harvesting in Red Dead Redemption 2. They all said a lot of the animals were wasted and didn't yield as much as they should have. Yes, I agree. But then again, it's a game. But the units of animal fat always bug me.
It was here. He had it all the time, Mr. Miller.
This is one of the reasons Dutch went crazy. He was reading too much Evelyn Miller.
Even you'd get it, Arthur.
Well, thank you.
What?
And it sent his brain. The philosophy in there, we can't read these books, I don't believe. Perhaps post-game, someone can correct me on that. But something in Evelyn Miller's philosophy appealed to him and sent him down a different path.
Look at the birds. Look at the beasts. Copy what the
He's formulating a new strategy that is completely wrong for the gang, but he thinks it's the future. I've said before, they should get into more money lending. They should perhaps think about buying or taking over a saloon and installing, you know, and getting into gaming and maybe prostitution. They don't have to, but just selling liquor. A liquor license is a license to print money, essentially. And they don't need that. They could just water down liquor and sell it at a profit. At any rate, friends, that's about all I have for you tonight. I appreciate you being here. Miko, thanks for being here, friend. Shout out to the Philippines. Albert, Shout out to the mods, David, Leroy, Odog. Leroy, thank you for the super. We will return tomorrow night with movie night. Hope to see you, 8 p.m. PST, Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. And then we shall be doing a Sunday hangout and Marston Mondays. Everyone have a good night.